trying to. Well, I'm hoping that you're going to be able to hear me. We had a few issues getting on, but we appear to be live. Can you hear me? Okay, so we're just waiting for people to arrive. As usual, I'm looking a little bit like a gonk tonight. My hair's all over the place. Hi, Marie. You can hear me okay? Good, we've got 3 people so far. Hi, Pag. We had a few issues. We couldn't kind of get going, but good. I'm glad you can hear me. I'm just adjusting the tripod for maximum comfort so I can sit back and relax and chat to you properly. There we go. Hope that's okay. Good. So we've got 4 people here. Welcome. It's Friday evening. It's Richard live on YouTube as usual. And I'm quite sure we're going to get some good conversation going this evening, hopefully. Thanks, Pag. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It was fun to do. And yeah, hopefully people got a giggle out of it. Hi, Mark. Welcome. Hi, Kalen. Is it Carlen? I don't know how to pronounce your name, my dear. And I'm blind as a bat, can't read the screen. It's snowing. Oh my goodness me, Marie. Where are you? Kulin. 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 Lovely, lovely name. So it's snowing in Alberta, Canada. Wow, fantastic. And you're in Texas, Kulin. Okay, great. So we've got Alberta, Canada, we've got Texas, London, Kent. We're truly international. The Midlands. Is Mark in the Midlands? I can never remember. Hi, Bill and Val. Welcome. Sussex. So it's great. We are truly international tonight. And no matter where you're from, in London it's cold. I'm frozen. My feet are freezing, my hands are freezing. Well, Mark, you know, I do like to think we're international. No boundaries and all of that. You didn't get a notification. Pardon me. I didn't do a sort of scheduled one tonight, and I've been too busy doing editing all afternoon. In fact, all blooming day I've been editing.
You have.
Yes, I have. Virtually. Oh, Paul, shut up. It's my show. Um,
You were filming this morning.
I was filming this morning, and we went for a walk this morning. Let's talk about that because we went for a walk in our local area, and we visited our local canal, which is the Grand Union Canal. For those of you who know those canal systems in the UK. And we decided to visit the canal and go for a nice walk. And oh, leave him alone. Bill, he's fine. He's used to it. He's had 25 years of it. That's mild compared to what he normally has to put up with. Yes,
Yeah,
that's right. Because on YouTube, I don't swear, but in real life, I do a lot. Um, but anyway, I'm talking about the walk we had this morning. And we went to our local canal, the Grand Union Canal, and we basically had a 3 hour walk. And I took about 30 minutes of video, and I've been editing that since midday to condense it down to about 6 minutes. So that was quite a task, believe you me. So, hi Sarah, welcome. So, just say a few highs. We've got Bill and Val, we've got Anna, we've got Mark, we've got Sarah, we've got Pag, we've got John, we've got Digwell Greenfingers, Steve. Thank you, Steve. Welcome. So, we've got about 11 people here now, which is great. Sorry if I've missed anybody out. I'm just having a quick look. Um, Bill, no, I'm not this time. You're going to have a bit of Tchaikovsky with this video coming up, simply because I just haven't had time to mix what I'm working on at the moment. It's not going the way I want it to go, and that's how it is with pieces of music. Sometimes they kind of have their own personality, so you have to kind of go with what it's doing, and it's just not working for me at the moment. So um, you're going to have Tchaikovsky with the next video. Well, it's not the next video because you've got a cooking video coming next. And then after that, you'll have the video of the walk we did this morning, which was really great. 3 hours, beautiful sunshine, crisp weather, um, lovely autumn colors. So it was really nice. It was really good to get out. We needed a walk. We needed a good walk because we've been lazy. A bit of House of Pain, jump around. Oh, yeah, I'm not sure about that, Mark. I think it would be too, I don't think it would fit. Yeah. But anyway, good suggestion. Thank you. Yeah, so is everybody okay? Everybody had a good week? Everybody feeling happy and healthy? We've had a good week. It's been busy. It's been really busy. Enya. Well, the problem is you can't use copyright music. You can only use tracks that don't have copyright attached to them or are approved by YouTube. Um, so you can't just use any music.
Or your own.
Um, what do you mean, all your own?
Like you can use your own music.
Oh, I can use my own music, of course, because that copyright exists with me. I'm the copyright holder. Um, but you have to license a piece of music if you want to use it commercially. So, and then you've got to pay. So let me just catch up. It's been a hard week. You've been looking forward to weekend, Bill. Um, you've not been well, Sarah. I hope you're feeling better. Who's Woody? Planet Vegetaria. You enjoyed Planet Vegetaria, Pag. Good. Planet Vegetaria is going really, really well. We've got about 66 members now, which is brilliant. Hi, Nocturnal Butterfly. Welcome. Hi, Jane. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Um, yeah, the group's going really well on Facebook. We're really delighted with that. There's been lots of interaction, people having conversations that we know nothing about, which is kind of what it's all about. You know, it's a group for us and you to interact on and share things about vegetarian food, which is great and it's working well. So I'm very, very pleased. I'm just going to reach down and get my tea. I'm freezing tonight. I don't know about anybody else. We haven't lit a fire yet because we've not had the chimney swept. So we need to get that done, don't we, Paul?
Yes, you do.
Paul needs to organise that because that's his job. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better, Sarah. That's good. I hope everybody's feeling well and not too cold, because I'm cold. Is that heating on? Well, the heating is on, but Paul's going to shut the door now. We live in an old Victorian house, to those of you who don't know, and it can be very drafty and very cool sometimes, and it's feeling particularly cool tonight. Of course, there could be a Halloween spirit hanging around, dropping the temperature.
Yeah, Alexa,
And
right,
I'm
chimney.
no doubt Alexa will haunt us shortly by dimming the lights or doing something random. Get Alexa up the chimney. I wish I would. Oh, Ali, hi. I didn't see you there, my darling. Hi. So I've got my moderators in the house tonight. Mavu. Mavu. Oh, that's Maya.
Oh, yeah. Hi,
Maya. Hi. We've got a new person joined us, Maya. Say hi to Maya, everybody. Welcome, Maya. And Mireille's with her as well. That's wonderful. Thank you for joining us. So, what was I saying? I can't remember. Chimney. Yeah, we haven't lit a fire this winter yet. I'm desperate to light a fire because I'm freezing. Anyway, hold on. I'm just got to get my tea. Talk amongst yourselves for a second. Yeah, just do that. Yes, Maya, we did see the cakes. Thank you, Mireille and Maya, who left us Portuguese cakes. I hope they weren't half eaten. I hope you both hadn't taken a bite out of them before you left them on the doorstep. Mireille. Portuguese custard tarts from the authentic shop down at Portobello.
Lisboa.
Yes, Cafe Lisboa. So we're looking forward to those. In fact, we could maybe eat those with our tea, Paul.
Do you want one?
No. Clarice is in the house. Hi, Clarice. I'm just drinking my tea because I'm blooming freezing. Right, so guys, what are we going to talk about tonight then? You choose. You choose the subject tonight. Yeah, it's up to you. You're going to say what we're going to talk about. I'll talk about anything, but it can't be rude. And it can't be to do with, rude things because we're not allowed rude things on YouTube. So you decide. Ask me a question. Let's go down a road. Let's go on a journey together. Why not? I think it would be fun. Don't you? Maybe we should do a live seance. Films, cooking, parsnips. That's a few subjects. What do you call an Indian virgin? I don't know, Clarice. What do you call an Indian virgin? I'm sure you'll tell us. Hot air ballooning now. Paul has been hot air ballooning. He has done it in, where was it, Paul?
The Alps.
In the Alps. Yeah, the Alps. I know. Can you believe it? I wouldn't go in a hot air balloon if you paid me. Well, I would. Yeah. If you paid me 50 grand, I might do it. Hold on. I'm just seeing who has joined us. Unequaled Nebula has joined us. Welcome, Unequaled Nebula. The curry was yummy. I'm glad you tried it. Did you add your own ingredients to it and sort of zhuzh it up and make it your own? Yeah, Paul went hot air ballooning in the Alps at night. At night. Oh, yeah.
Midnight.
If it's bad enough during the day when you can see the ground, at night you can't see the ground. And when they light the balloon up with the fire, Paul said the whole of the mountain lit up. I'd have freaked out. I'm not going to stand in anything that's just a basket. No, it's got to have a jet attached to it and a metal cabin. No, 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 no. Oh, yeah, it was amazing. It was before the days when we had, digital cameras in our pockets and phones with cameras. It was quite a while ago, wasn't it, Paul? Was that when you were doing that thing in Switzerland
Snow polo.
with the doodahs?
Snow polo.
Snow polo with that famous person.
Several famous people.
Several famous people. What was her name, though? She was that famous one. What was her name?
What was her name?
She was a model.
Yeah.
Was she a model?
Yeah.
I can't remember. It wasn't Kate Moss. No.
No, it's the other one.
Have I ever done any dangerous sports?
No.
Well, I played rugby at school. That was quite dangerous. I have done horse riding, and I was once on a horse that bolted across a field because it wanted a drink from a river. I stayed on. I was screaming for mercy, and I was only 9 at the time, but I stayed on. Oh, yeah. And I carried on. I was terrified, but I carried on. I've never been on a horse since then, and never will. Okay. If you meant to go up in the sky, you would have been born with wings. Yeah, I don't mind flying. I'm kind of used to it now because we fly fairly regularly to Guernsey, and it's only a short flight. But no, it doesn't feel natural to me. Would I skydive for money? Paul's done it. I've not done it. No, I wouldn't skydive. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. No, I wouldn't even do it for charity. Sorry. No, I'd do something else for charity, but not skydive. Zip wiring. I might do zip wiring actually. That feels quite safe. I always think something will go wrong when I do it. It'll be me that it goes wrong on. You're going to make another video and you're going to give us a call out, a shout out. Great. Thank you, Unequaled Nebula. You're very, very generous. Thank you.
I loved it. I didn't know what it was on about.
It's your dream to skydive, Anna. Well, do it, honey. Do it now. Don't put it off. Who's my favorite classic actress and actor? When you say classic, what do you mean? Do you mean as in sort of old Shakespearean actors or classic Hollywood?
Judy Dench.
It would be somebody English, probably. Probably somebody like, probably Dame Judy, who is a personal friend of ours. Yeah, she isn't really. But Paul knows her. Paul knows Dame Judy. In terms of Hollywood, it would probably be
They'd be dead. Joan Crawford.
Joan Crawford, Charlton Heston, Debbie Reynolds. Yeah, people like that. Betty Davis. Yeah, I like Betty Davis. Yeah, Paul did a skydive. I think he was slimmer in those days. Weren't you, Paul?
I don't think I was. I just rolled.
They had to have a big parachute. Can you talk like a cool person? Like a cool person? I don't know what that means. I don't understand that. Sorry. I think it's probably too youthful for me. 3 jumps in one day. Oh my goodness me. Betty Davis. Now, Sarah, Betty Davis, spelt Betty TTE, but pronounced Betty, was a Hollywood superstar um, quite a while ago now. She's long gone. Um, but if you look her up on the internet, she made a lot of very famous Hollywood films, a lot of black and white films. And did she do silent films, Betty Davis? I'm not sure.
No.
I think she was too. Catherine Hepburn, yes, absolutely. Like those people that think they're cool. I probably not. No, I don't know. I wouldn't know how to do that. Um, yeah, have a look, Sarah. Look her up. Also, look up Joan Crawford, because Joan Crawford was a force to be reckoned with and was also an amazing, amazing actress.
You can now get Feud on Netflix or something, I think.
Yeah, I love all the old movies. We don't get enough made available to us, I don't think.
Talking Pictures channel.
You know, the really good ones don't seem to be on. I think the Hollywood still want to make money out of them. I think that's probably the reason why. So there we go. John Wayne, yeah, John Wayne. Well, when I think of John Wayne, I kind of think of him as fairly typecast, wasn't he? Really, John Wayne.
Yeah.
He wasn't really terribly versatile, but he was a force to be reckoned with as well. Liz Taylor, yeah, I quite like Liz, but she was a bitch.
Jane's just burnt her hair.
Just burnt your hair trying to curl it.
I think she's going out.
What? Jane, be careful. Just be careful what you're doing. Don't hold it on for too long. I hope you've got a heat spray that you've used before putting it on, before curling, whatever you're doing to it. Are you straightening or curling, Jane? Oh, Jane, you must put a heat protector spray on before you put hot appliances onto the hair. Frankly, I don't. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. That was, you know, oh God, gone with the wind, dear. Gone with the wind. Gone with the wind. Try. Oh, yes, you're going to your ABBA do, your ABBA tribute band do. Lovely. Oh, I hope it's good. I hope they're good. Yeah, I used to straighten my hair when it was shorter, and yeah, I've had a few burns. I've got a curler as well, and they give you one of those gloves, those heat-resistant gloves to do the thing with. Yeah. Well, I'm glad we, Unequaled Nebula, I'm glad we were able to propel you through your day with the thought of joining the live stream. That's great. Your Abba Dabba Doo. Jane, tell us, please, what are you wearing? What are you wearing tonight for your Abba Doo? And I think really you should take photos and post them on your Facebook page or do a little video. I do. Hi, Shaz.
Sharon.
That's new. I love ABBA, and to be honest, I'm pretty much an ABBA aficionado, to be honest. We were brought up on ABBA, um, and I know pretty much all the lyrics to the majority of the songs. Yeah, I do. I know that's sad, but it's true. Oh, yeah, and I can sing all of them as well. Oh, yeah, I know all the words, all the songs. Uh-huh. By Steve. Who's Steve? What's that?
Big well.
Is he gone?
Yeah.
Oh,
Go
bye,
on, see you all.
Steve. Tonight has got to be better than share. Well, I can't, Bill, because again, copyright. You can't perform more than 6 notes of a song, um, because it becomes a performance and you have to pay a performance royalty. So no, I can't, sorry. But I could speak them. No, I'm not joking, Clarice. It's true. 6 notes, and then it becomes a performance, and then you can be done for copyright. Oh yeah, it's true. I know. I know about these things. But I could recite them. I could quote. I could maybe do the lyrics of an ABBA song in a Shakespearean actor style.
James says, do the Vera.
Oh,
We're going to have a Vera runoff.
oh, yeah. Vera does ABBA. I'm just trying to think of the song that would be suitable for that. Yeah, you have to give me.
Give me a love after midnight.
Give me a love after midnight, Paul. A man after midnight, I think you'll find. Give me a love after midnight. I mean, what?
Give me a man after midnight.
Oh, honestly, Paul. I know you can, but well, the worst they can do is say, "Well, give us the money." That's the thing. And if your video goes viral and is seen by thousands of people, you will end up owing money on each of those shows. So, I'm not going to risk it at the moment. I don't want any black marks. Thank you for the music. Now, if you can just tell me if you've murdered somebody. Have you murdered somebody, love?
Have you murdered somebody?
Have you got something to tell us, pet? Have you murdered somebody? Because if you have, we'll find out. Yeah, well, most music has, copyright attached to it and some kind of, all rights reserved statement. That's the thing, isn't it? So, I don't want to push it. Sharon, your name says Sharon now. It said Shaz before. Do you want us to call you Sharon or Shaz, love? Which one would you prefer? Because I quite like Shaz. I think that's quite cool. Unequaled Nebula is going.
She's going for her homemade soup.
Oh, right. Her? How do you know it's a her? Okay. Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping to have a library of my own to use, of my own music. But it's having the time to get all the hundreds of pieces that I've written finished and in a state that they can be broadcast. Um, there aren't enough hours in the day to do those things, because for me it's an incredibly long process. I'm not a musician, so I have to listen very carefully to what I'm doing to make sure it's kind of working. So, and I'm very picky, and very critical of my own work. Oh, well, I'm going to call you Shaz. Yeah, I am, because I like Shaz. Oh, Jane, I am part-time. Didn't you know? Um, yeah, so there we go. Gosh, we're all over the place tonight, so I'm just trying to think. Did anybody ask me any other questions that I've not answered yet? Because if you have, ask me again. Will do, Ali. My dad lights the oh fireworks. Okay, yeah. Sounds common. Shaz, Shaz. I don't think it sounds common. It's like Chaz doesn't sound common, does it? Shaz. Hi, Shaz. I think it's good. Favorite superpower?
That's got to be North Korea.
No, Paul. North Korea.
It's a superpower.
Favorite superpower? North Korea. No, she didn't mean that. She meant invisibility or
I know.
oh, I don't know. What would it be? Oh, there's too many to choose from. I think it would be flying. Yeah, flying. I used to dream of flying. And I read a really interesting thing about the theory around why we dream that we can fly. I can't remember what it was now. It was something to do with the fact that we're the why would we dream of flying? It must be a sort of leftover ancient memory from when we were probably related to birds. Mm, yeah, I think that's quite interesting. I use a couple, Anna. I use a couple of Kevin MacLeod's pieces already. Yeah, I I use pieces from the YouTube library already. I've used several pieces, and I think I've used two of Kevin's, or maybe three. Yeah, yeah, he's a good composer. So Bill's saying it'd be he'd be the Hulk. I used to like the Hulk. The TV show was good.
How tall's Bill? 6'8", 6'6".
6'7", I think you are, Bill, aren't you? Yeah. So there you go. So, how long have we been going for? Half an hour. It feels longer. I don't know why.
Feels like years.
It feels longer. So there we go. So, any plans for the weekend, anybody? Anybody doing anything exciting at the weekend? Are we doing anything at the weekend?
Allotment.
Oh yeah, we've got to put a piece of plastic on the top of the tarpaulin piece of plastic. It's all the same. On top of the shed roof. That'll be interesting. Are we going to video that, Paul? We could do a time lapse. Well, I read, Jane, something about why we would dream and have that very natural experience in our minds. There was a theory around it, and it was really interesting. Google it. I'm sure you'll find something on it. You're making more soup. The kids have demanded it. What, the red pepper and sweet potato soup, Sharon? And you're going to be sowing some Kelvedon peas, Clarice. You're putting down a weed fabric in the garden, Anna. Lovely. Oh, hubby's home, Clarice. That's good. And you're going to get him, you're going to set him to work for you. That's good. Good, good, good. Yeah, we've got a few things to do. It's going to be probably some more video making, some relaxing as well, because it's been quite a busy week. Paul's got his bonfire thing at the allotment tomorrow night. So he's got to go to that. I can hear fireworks popping at the moment. And of course, next week is bonfire night and also Diwali as well, which is a sort of extra treat for us if if you like watching fireworks. I do, despite what I've said in my article on my blog, I do enjoy watching fireworks from a distance. I think they're very pretty, and I do enjoy them. However, um, we have Diwali. We live next door to Southall, which is one of the largest Asian populations. And of course, there's a huge Hindu population, and they celebrate Diwali, which is the festival of light, and they set fireworks off all night long. I'm going to be filming it to show the evidence of Diwali in London next to Southall. I'm not complaining about it. It's a reality. It's what they do. That's fine. But it is excessive to the max. Yeah, it really is. It's like living in a war-torn country. It's like London in the Blitz, but worse. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. The skyline from the top of our house, where we look across to Southall, the skyline is fireworks for hours and hours and hours. I'm not kidding.
Kelly says there was trouble with fireworks and we can hear that.
No, I didn't see anything about that, Kelly. No, I've not read anything. Mind you, I've not looked at the news today.
No,
So there could well have been. Yeah. They're going off at the moment. We can hear them pop, pop, pop. Yeah, nocturnal butterfly. Neighbours can be such a pain in the backside, can't they? Sometimes they really can. People generally are so inconsiderate. Um, well, no, that's wrong. I'm going to backtrack on that. Most people are considerate, but there are a few people who just absolutely have no idea whatsoever in how to behave as good neighbours. We've had a few over the years, um, and the police always say, "Have you spoken to them?" And I always think to myself, well, no, because they've consumed huge amounts of alcohol, and I very much doubt that any conversation is going to be sensible. That's why I'm calling you. You know, we have tried to talk to people in the past and been told to, you know, so yeah, but touch wood, well, touch melamine's surface. Um, we've not had too many issues with neighbours in the past few years, actually. All feral children roaming the streets. We had an issue with them one year, didn't we, Paul?
yeah.
There's a group of teenagers circling the streets like a pack of wolves, um, which was quite disturbing, you know? It was a bit like a Clockwork Orange. Anyway,
It was a group of yous setting fireworks off and throwing them at people
oh,
in
okay.
Haringey.
Oh, well, glad we're not in Haringey. That's all I can say. Oh, that rhymes. I'm good at that. So, yeah, it's a strange time of year. Um, the sheep don't give you any bother at all. I'm sure they don't, Kelly. You're very, very lucky. Um, we are surrounded by people and families and screaming children, building work, planes going over, motorway noise in the distance. Yeah, but you get used to it because we've lived in London for a long, long time. So we're used to it. We get on with it, and occasionally it gets to us, but most of the time you kind of just accept it and get on with what you're doing. So you've just poked yourself in the eye, Jane, and you've just nearly sprayed your hair with deodorant. I think you need to focus, love, before you do yourself some permanent damage. And instead of going to the ABBA party, you'll be going to A&E.
A&E.
Be careful, Jane. Love. Yeah, come on. It would have covered the smell of singing. Oh, singeing. I was going to say, are they going to be that bad? That the ABBA singing is going to smell? Really? I wouldn't go if I were you, love. There we go. Singeing. Oh dear, Jane. Burning hair. I don't know. So there we go. Jane, enjoy it. Enjoy it. Yeah. Come back in one piece. There we go. So we've got 23 people with us at the moment. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us on this very cool Friday evening in cold, cold London. That's something I wanted to talk about. I knew there was a subject, the clocks. Has anybody felt really drained and tired this week? Because I know I have, and I just couldn't put my finger on it. I thought at one point, I've got a cold. I'm coming down with a cold. And I felt really weary. And then a few people at work said it as well to me. They said, oh, I feel really terrible and so drained. Is it the clocks? Because I read an article the other day that said it completely messes with everybody's rhythms. And we should no longer be doing this because it's a totally outdated concept which serves really very little purpose. So, what do you think about the clocks? Should we stop changing them? Ah, so your clocks change this week, Marie. Hi, Mia. What do you think? Is anybody else affected by that? God, my hair looks terrible tonight. I look like some kind of mad professor. Oh, it's even worse now. I look like Einstein again. Oh dear, I've got to get it cut. Anybody think I should get my hair cut or leave it long? What do you think? I think we should leave them alone. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. It's really thrown my rhythm out completely. I mean, I'm getting back on track now, but it doesn't last that long. But it's kind of like having jet lag for a day or two. Does anybody agree? Well, I know we do it because of farming, but apparently that's absolutely rubbish.
Yeah, it's not true. It's
Apparently that's rubbish.
children and in Scotland and being run over.
Yeah, apparently it's to do with the amount of light in the northern parts of the country. You see, thanks, Clarice. I really appreciate that. Wurzel Gummidge. I don't know. It also affects me in the spring as well. It just throws me off for a few days, and I just don't feel as though I perform at my best. And I just think if we don't have to do it, we shouldn't do it anymore. I think it's crazy, absolutely crazy. You think my hair's cool? Well, Sarah, you're very kind, but feels like it's an absolute mess tonight. Oh dear, I don't know. Wurzel gummid, cheeky. You like my hair like this, so thank you, Anna. I'm thinking of cutting it, having it cut shorter and going short for a bit of a change. What do you think I should do? Do you think I should? Because I do it myself. I always cut it myself. I don't bother going to the hairdressers. I'm not going to pay £90 because I've got long hair to go to the hairdressers. I just cut bits off myself. Kelly, I'm thinner here now than I've ever been. This area here is starting to go thin. It's, yeah, wait till you turn 50. You'll notice it even more. Well, I'm glad to hear it, Clarice. It's horrible when your hair starts to thin. I mean, this bit here, if I'm caught in a certain light, you can see my scalp, and I hate that. I hate direct light above me. It really shows it up. I don't like it. Why not? 50 is fabulous. 50 is the new 40, Sharon. You know, I love being older. I love it because I feel more confident. I feel more secure with who I am. I know who I am, and I'm much more ready to tell people to stick it quite happily.
Where?
I'm not going to say where, but just to stick it, you know. Um, because, if I disagree with somebody and somebody's treating me in a way that I don't like to be treated, I give as good as I get without feeling guilty or without feeling as though I shouldn't be mean. Do you know what I mean? I just go for it. I've always been quite a direct person anyway. And I've always been, well, people have always thought I had an air of confidence about me, but in actual fact, I'm actually quite reserved as a person. I'm quite private. Um, I'm quite introverted. I'm not an extrovert. I'm only an extrovert when I perform, um, when I have to perform. Do you know what I mean? Um, but now I'm 51, I feel real confidence, you know. Yeah, I agree, Marie. Well, I think my 20s, my late 20s were terrible, and my early 30s, I had a really, really rubbish time. Um, and it's kind of late 40s and early 50s. I just feel are a better time for me now. Um, I just feel as though you come into yourself if things are going well for you. I mean, things are going okay for us. You have the daily stuff you've got to deal with, and you have all the big life issues that you've got to deal with as well, like, people around you getting older, losing people, losing animals, pets, those things happen. They're part of life. So you just have to get on with it. Health issues crop up. Again, if it's not life threatening, you just got to get on with it, and hope that you get the best support that you can get. Um, we try to be more positive and forward thinking now. We try not to look backwards too often. I mean, I do get nostalgic occasionally, which I think is quite fun. But I think you've got to look forward. You've got to move forward, and be in the moment. I really believe that, and I've worked so hard on doing that, because I spent years feeling as though I'd not taken the right path, feeling as though I'd not made very good decisions in my life, feeling as though I'd distracted myself with so many useless things for many, many years, and kept looking back. And I got to a stage where I thought, well, what good is that doing me? It's not serving any purpose. I need to move forwards, and I need to engage in the things that make me feel satisfied, not necessarily happy, because there are challenges even with the things that you enjoy. But if you're creating, you're moving forwards. And also, somebody said to me, I said, I feel like I'm standing still. And somebody said to me, remember, you're never standing still. You're moving through space and time, always. And I don't know, that stuck with me. And I thought, you're always moving forwards. You're always doing something. You're always creating. Life is a challenge. Abra. Thank you. Life is a challenge. But I think it depends on how you rise to that challenge, um, and how you tackle the challenge. Some people fold under a challenge because they don't know how to go about dealing with it. They haven't worked out a plan. Sometimes we don't have a plan. We make it up as we go along. Sometimes you have to let the plan work itself out while you're doing something else. Very often, I will, if I can't focus on something, I'll go and do something else. And then I'll allow my brain to kind of work something out on its own. And then I'll go back to that task and it feels much easier. So sometimes we can think too much. We can try too hard. We have to relax as well. We have to sit back, trust that we can do the things that are presented to us. You know, obviously, I'm not talking about, suddenly deciding to run a marathon tomorrow, because, for me that wouldn't work. Um, but, I don't know, when you're finding things difficult, sometimes you can find the simplest of tasks difficult to do because your mind isn't on it. You're not focused. Take a step back, do something else, return to that task later. Um, it's like when you overthink something, you're trying to work something out. Stop thinking about it, do something else, let your brain work it out, and the answer will come. Well, it's we don't get a set of instructions, do we, for life? We don't get a set of rules. We don't get a set of, you know, do this way, do that way, and everything will be fine, because it just doesn't work like that, does it? You know, I go through phases where I'm wary. If I feel as though things are really good, I'm a bit wary, thinking, what's the next terrible thing that's round the corner? But that's projecting into the future. That's looking too far ahead. You've got to draw back to now and be in the moment. Um, because otherwise, you're just looking for stuff that might happen, catastrophizing, as they call it, looking for the worst outcomes. What if this or what if that? And this might happen. Well, it might, but don't think about it now. Deal with those things as they present themselves. Um, you can't be prepared for certain things in life. You have to deal with them as they come. And sometimes you might need to get help, you know? So Clarice is going. Bye, Clarice. Take care. Speak to you soon. Sharon, yes and no, because I've had to learn to ask for help. I've had to learn to ask to get other people's support because I was brought up to never rely on anybody else but yourself. That's how I was brought up. Um, to be kind of almost mistrustful of people um, until they've proven themselves to be worthwhile. So, I've had to learn to lean on other people for support. It's not something that I've automatically presumed was there. So a lot of stuff I, for many years, kept to myself, didn't speak about, didn't talk about, didn't tackle, just thought, no, I'm capable of tackling that myself. I can deal with it myself. So I don't think it's true that you should rely upon yourself. I think you should allow yourself to trust other people sometimes. Obviously, not complete strangers that you know nothing about, but people in your life who are there in your life because they like being with you and your friends. Um, you should be able to trust people to help you along if you need some support or just be there to listen. I think that's the most important thing. Um, to have people that will just listen to you without dishing out advice, without saying, oh, I think you should do this or you should do that. No, don't ever give out that kind of advice to people, really. Just listen. Just be there to listen. Be a sounding board. And if somebody asks you for advice, say to them, well, what do you think you should do? You know, you can't always trust everybody, Mia.
She's saying, dear friends,
You should be able to trust, but you can't always trust everybody. No, you can't. There are some people in life who do let you down. That's a reality. You know, I've known a few over the years, and no doubt people have probably thought I've let them down as well. Um, but my mother used to say to me, if you can go to bed at night knowing that you haven't deliberately hurt somebody, then you're basically a good person. So, you know, and if I have hurt anybody, I would hope that I would try to make that right in some way, you know? Um, yeah, expectations are a strange thing, aren't they? Um, especially in the world we live in now, especially with social media, especially with how people look. People expect to look and act a certain way or be a certain type of person or be famous or be on the X Factor or be a celebrity. I don't know. There's all sorts of expectations in life at the moment, not just around how you look, but how we're supposed to behave, what's acceptable, what's expected of us. We live in a very overwhelming world. That's why it's important to step back, be in the now, and understand who you are as best as you can. There are many unrealistic expectations, aren't there? Yeah, I think it is good to be good to one another, obviously. But there are some people in this world who are damaged sufficiently that their desire is to damage others, you know? And I think there's all sorts of reasons for that. Sharon, you're off. Bye, Sharon. Take care. Hobby's just come home with a big box of balm tissues and wine. Well, he wins tonight. Well done. Take care, Sharon. We'll see you soon. So we've been going for an hour. We've got 20 people with us. And we were getting a little bit deep there, weren't we? Yeah. Life and the universe and all those kind of things, you know. I think life can be, for a lot of people now, very complex. There's so many things that we're supposed to do. I think it is overwhelming for a lot of people because there's so much information, isn't there, nowadays? You know, we never used to have all this information flying around, you know, in our lives. We never had social media, email, texts, umpteen television channels, and we never had that. There's this constant stream of input. And I'll sometimes say to Paul, I just need an hour on the sofa with no input, nothing. You know? No, we had a wine night last night. We drank quite a lot last night. I must have had 3 glasses, in fact, maybe 4, which is very unusual. So no wine tonight. We're wine free this weekend now. We've had our treat. We've had our treat. You're going to burn it out. Good for you, Kelly. Run it out. Sweat it out. What did we used to have? We used to make lemonade. Very strong lemonade with whiskey. And you'd drink that just before bed and you'd sweat all night. Bagpuss or the wooden tops? Well, it's got to be Bagpuss every time, I think. Absolutely. Bagpuss, definitely. So, hi, Sandra. You joined in just in time for the wine talk. We were just saying we drank last night. We went to a friend's house, had a fabulous evening, and drank a little bit too much, actually. Yeah, for me, I had 4 glasses. It was too much. Oh, no. Ah, you got a local Chinese, Kelly. That's nice. I sort of had this vision of you being completely in the middle of nowhere. But you've got a town nearby, which is good. Thomas the Tank Engine. My memories of Thomas the Tank Engine are when my nephew was a baby. And they used to watch it going round and round and round. And that blooming theme tune used to drive me up the blooming wall, I tell ya. Oh, goodness me. Did I do more than 6 notes? No. Copyright, the copyright police. I was going to say, Kelly, when you say local, Do you mean nearby? Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not too bad, is it? Well, I mean, up north, that's local.
I suppose.
Yeah. Trumpton, Trumpton, Marie Trumpton, yes. Camberwick Green and Trumpton. What recipe's that?
Hot and sour soup.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, I don't know whether we've got one of those.
I do.
Oh, Paul's got one then, okay. All right. I'm vaping now. It's time for a vape break. We're an hour and 5 minutes into the show. I'm having a vape. It's time for a vape. There we go. Why did that get hidden? YouTube hid
I'll
that
blow my nose.
because you used the word blow, Kelly. You're not allowed to use the word blow, Kelly, on YouTube. I should do a video to see how many smoke rings I can blow in a 30-second period or something, shouldn't I really? Yeah. Well, I've had plenty of practice, Kelly. I have. All those years of smoking, you see. But 7 years off the fags, that's good. Who, Paul? The voice of the magic roundabout? I thought it was
Sophie.
Oh. Oh, yes. Yeah. Sorry. Yes, I know, with my smoke signals. I'm probably having a whole conversation in those smoke rings, aren't I? Okay. So just a little bit more. I'm just having a little bit more now. There we go. You quit in 2004, Kelly. Well done. I tried and tried and tried so many times to quit. I tried patches, gum, vaporizer thing, those inhalers. Um, I could never quite do it. And this enabled me to do it. It was, I think, 7 years ago. And yeah, it's been great. I'm addicted to that now. I've just swapped the addiction, but I do feel a lot better, a lot clearer, and yeah, I think it's a healthier option, which is good. Okay, so we're 1 hour 10. We've got 16 people with us still. We've talked about lots of things. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about you. You went cold turkey. Oh, 40 a day. Oh, goodness me, that's crazy. I weaned myself down. That's what I did. I moved on to roll-ups, little skinny mini roll-ups with slim filter tips. And I started counting the number that I had per day, and I got myself down to 6 little roll-ups a day, and sort of survived on that for quite a long time and enjoyed them. And then I moved down to having one in the evening after a meal, and then went on to the electronic. So that's how I did it. It was, yeah, it was fairly easy with the electronic, and now I'm on the low strength nicotine. So it's, it still gives me a hit, but nothing like it used to. Plus, I have a heart issue as well, which means I shouldn't really be doing anything that affects my heart rate. I have it's like an arrhythmia. It's called an ectopic beat, which can be dangerous if not treated. So I take medication every day. So I try to avoid too much nicotine, too much caffeine, because that gives me, it makes it worse, basically. So, yes, Pag, that did solve yours, didn't it? Yeah, that made your decision for you, didn't it? Yeah. What tobacco did I roll up? I used to use Golden Virginia. That was my preferred tobacco. But I used to use different types. I used to smoke drum occasionally, um, anything like that. So, it's when you get to your 50s, I think you've got to really grab it and say, right, come on, it's time to really get as healthy as you possibly can be, you know. Um, my downfall is probably not exercising as much as I could. Um, I used to really be into aerobics. Jane Fonda, in particular, doing it at home, not at class. And, I never went to classes. I didn't enjoy that. I tried it a couple of times and just couldn't get on with it. So I prefer to do it at home to a video. Um, and I've always been relatively fit, but now I'm probably the most unfit in terms of tone, muscle tone, than I've ever been. So, that's my next thing that I need to grab hold of. I don't like running. I don't like going to a gym. I enjoy aerobics. Yeah, yeah. I. There's something I don't really enjoy. Oh, hi, Claire. You okay? My sister's just joined us, Claire Hammond. Um, I was terrible at running at school. I was a good sprinter. I was a very fast sprinter, but long distance running, oh, made me feel ill, very ill. No, aerobics and doing sort of stretches and floor work. Um, I enjoy that. I really enjoy that. Well, Marie, I mean, only go to the gym if you really want to. There's so many options now for doing exercise at home. And I think once you start and get into a routine and you've done it for a few weeks, it kind of stays with you, I think the thing with me is when you let life events stop you from doing what you normally do. Because I have a tendency when something bad happens to me, I say, oh, you know, I was going to say a swear word there, but F it, I say, I can't be
It.
bothered. I
It.
can't be bothered. And I stop doing the things that I've gotten into doing. regularly. So I allow negative life events to stop me from continuing good habits. It's like when you say, oh, sod it, I've given up drinking, but this has just happened. I'm having a glass of wine, or I'm having a cigarette, or, I think it's having that willpower to continue the new good habit despite what's happening to you in life and despite your stresses, and not reverting to it automatically, and having mechanisms in place to remind you, you know. Yeah, I agree with that, Anna. I think they say if you can do it 17 times a day, I don't know why it's 17, but that's what I read, then that's a really good workout. So enjoy making stuff. Hi. Hi there. Welcome. Hi, Peachy Heart. Welcome. We've got 20 people here now. Great. Welcome, everybody. Friday night chat with Richard and Paul. I'm just having to move because I've got a slight cramp in my foot. It's been tucked underneath my bottom on the sofa, and I've now got cramp in it. It's not a bad cramp, it's just mild. If it was bad, I'd be hopping around the room like a maniac, but I'm not. Richard Simmons tapes. Ooh, that sounds good. Can you get them on YouTube? Because I do the Jane Fonda from YouTube. And I actually do one of the original Jane Fondas. I can still do it. I feel terrible afterwards, but I can still do it. So Bill's going. Bye, Bill. Thanks for joining us. Your latest news is you're starting a charity. Okay, cool. What charity, Claire? Be right back. Okay, nocturnal butterfly. You used to volunteer in a food kitchen, Claire. Okay. No, we've got a mixture of people. We've got people from the States, Canada, different areas of the UK, France, India occasionally have joined us. So various places. You're very welcome. We talk about all sorts of stuff. We usually do it for about 1.5 to 2 hours. And yeah, so there we go. So it's a soup kitchen charity that you're starting, Claire. Well, that's excellent. That's great. Ah,
Food kitchen.
that's what I just said, Paul. Food
You said
kitchen.
soup kitchen.
Did I say soup kitchen? Food kitchen, soup kitchen. It's very much the same, isn't it? Well, of course. Yeah, if we can help in any way, providing cheap, easy to make recipes, because that's how we live our lives. We're cheap, very cheap. Cheap and nasty. Not really. Good, because people don't always want soup, do they? They want to, I mean, you can make so many meals cheaply. Well, you know that, Claire. You know. Yeah, exactly. Great, brilliant. Have you got a name for it?
Right.
You're in the Isle of Man, enjoy making stuff. Lovely. No, we serve all sorts. Okay. Great. Well, that's good news. Excellent. Macclesfield Community Kitchen. Wonderful. Brilliant.
Good.
That's great news. Well done. Yeah, Claire's my sister, so I'm keeping the moderators in the family. What, you mean moderator, Claire? I made you a moderator. You've got the power now. The power to control the trolls and the stalkers. I don't think we've had any tonight, have we?
No.
No, we've not had any trolls tonight. Yet. I'm sure we won't. I don't think we will. They're probably all out setting fireworks off, probably. You can delete them, Claire. You have total power to ban and hide and put them in timeout, all of that. Yeah, so there you go. So you're helping out at your local hospital shop. Well done, Sarah. That's brilliant. Good. Yeah, it's very difficult, isn't it? You know, there are whole sort of rackets in London that are run by people who are homeless but actually have homes and just beg for extra money and make huge amounts. So, you know, I think we have to try and go through charities in order to help people. I mean, there are some charities that are questionable as well, you know, and have been over the years. So, yeah, but I think you do have to go through charities in order to help legitimately, you know. Yeah, there's whole networks of people who beg in London. We don't see it very often in this area because we're not in central London. We're out west, um, you know. But it's yeah. But there are plenty of charities doing good work, and that's what this society needs. Sadly. I mean, you'd think the government would work something out in terms of tax to create a more caring government that can spend little bit more money on these issues, you know. But hey, you know, yeah, isn't it sad? But that's the way society is. I mean, we can't have a great society without having a very sour underbelly, can we really? That's yin and yang, isn't it? Balance, the way of things. Oh, welcome, Kelly. Welcome to the world of YouTube. I had a group of people at one point who I think there was about 14 of them who were kind of grouping together.
We don't know them people.
And they were grouping together and giving me thumbs down and horrible comments. And it went on for a few weeks. Um, yeah, and just think, you know, have you not got anything better to do than, you know, go on YouTube and give thumbs down to a particular channel? They seem to have gone away. I do get the occasional thumbs down, but you can't please everybody all of the time.
And also, as a gay
So,
couple, we expect it.
and, you know, like Paul's just said, as a gay couple, we expect to get some hate, and we have had. I mean, you know, our subscriber numbers are taking a long time to rise, and they go up and down like a yo-yo. Because I think some people subscribe and then realize we're a gay couple and go, oh no, I can't possibly follow a gay couple, and then unsubscribe. I'm sure that's the reason. So, you know, but hey, c'est la vie. And like I've said before, we are gay men who grew up in the 70s and the 80s. You develop a thick skin, very thick skin. Um, yeah, I mean, we've had some absolutely vile, disgusting, um, sexualized comments on here. Um, you know, and I said to one person, I think you're on the wrong channel for that. You know, uh, crazy. Good, Sarah. I'm glad. Well, yeah, exactly. I don't need to be validated by anybody. Um, but I also don't need to be attacked either. I can do without that. You know, I don't want to be reminded of those sad people, really. But when we started YouTube, we kind of said, well, we've got to be prepared for the hate. And yeah, you just delete them and you ban them. We've got a huge list on the account of all the banned people that we've had to block. So, that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. Yes, I know, Marie. She has had trouble. Vivi has had trouble with trolls as well. I know it's just awful. Um, but the public are sometimes really weird. You know, that's the way it goes. You can't ever account for what's going on in somebody's life ever. You don't know what people are experiencing that have driven them to be really nasty. We had a woman the other day who gave us a bad rating on our Facebook page. She had liked something that we'd posted. Oh, there we go. Alexa's just changed the lights. She'd liked something that we'd posted. And on Facebook, you get a message saying, these people have liked something that you've posted. Why not invite them to like your page? So you send them an invite. And she came back saying that she was giving us a bad rating because we were giving her unsolicited messages. Well, no, we're not. We're responding to what you've responded to. So I went to look at her profile. Well, she had two profiles. One that was all nice, and the other one that was evil. I'm not kidding. One of them was, oh, I'm going out with my family and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And the other one was, I hate everybody. I don't want any friends on Facebook ever again. It was totally bizarre. And because of her bad rating, it's taken us weeks and weeks and weeks to get up to our 5-star rating, you know? So I know in the scheme of things, that doesn't really mean that much. But when you're on social media and you're going for it like we are at the moment, it does count because you want to have a good profile and you want people to enjoy their social media experience with you. So, okay, enjoy making stuff. I've just read what you've written. Your nephew couldn't come out. Yeah. Um, it's very difficult for people to come out even today. Well, I don't know whether she was schizophrenic. I don't think, no. I know quite a few schizophrenics, Claire, and that's not really schizophrenic behavior. It isn't, you know. And people with schizophrenia, their schizophrenia is normally controlled by drugs. So, no, I think she was just one of those people that maybe just couldn't decide on how to be. And maybe she closed an account or reopened a new one. I don't know. But maybe it was a duplicate account. Maybe somebody had hacked her. That's probably more likely. Thanks, Kelly. Thank you. But it was bizarre, totally bizarre, you know. Um, how do you rate? You go to our Facebook page and you I think you do a review. I think it's called a review, is it, Paul?
Yeah. Or recommendation.
A recommendation, something like that, and you recommend um, our page. But there you go. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Um, well, Nocturnal Butterfly, believe you me, I would love, I would love to play with the trolls. But Paul won't let me.
No.
He won't let me
Get
play
rid of
with
them.
them. He just wants to get rid of them because, in Paul's eyes, they're wasting time. In my eyes, it's time to play.
Yeah, but it spoils it for other people.
But it
doesn't
spoils it for other people, you see. I'd love to play with the trolls. Give me a few minutes with them. Mm. There we go. I'm gone, Claire. What does that mean?
Going.
I'm going. Are you going, Claire? We'll see you soon. Thanks for joining us. Carl, hi, how are you? Yeah. Yes, I would like to, but unfortunately, no, that's not going to happen. And also, you're going to have your tea, love. All right, love. Enjoy your tea. Unequaled Nebula, you're back. You finished the soup.
What type of soup?
What soup did you have? Well, yeah, I like a little bit of sarcasm. Yeah, but I have to be careful because I can get a bit sweary, and I'm not swearing on my YouTube channel because I don't want to be marked down. I don't want any community strikes, and we've got quite a few young people that follow us. So I want to be a pillar of the community. It'd be the first time in my life that's ever happened. Hi, Amy. Oh, you've taken over. You all right? You see, here we are. We have a young person. We have my niece who's taken over from Claire. Say hello to Amy. Now, Amy's an ice skater. Yes, she is. Homemade beef and vegetable soup. Lovely. Very nice.
Did her dad make it?
Who made the soup?
Is her dad? Did he make it?
Amy, you went for an audition recently, didn't you? Have you heard anything from it? Did you get anywhere? Or have they not got back to anybody yet? I'm just going to get my water. Excuse me one moment, please. Do excuse me. There we are. Bit of water. That's good. No, Amy
No.
is my niece, and she's taken over from Claire. If you look at Claire Hammond, that's my sister. Amy's taken over on Claire's account. You've not heard back, Amy, from the audition. Okay. I hope you get it. That'd be great. And you take after me, you see. You take after Uncle Richard. Oh, it's not. Oh, you're going. Okay. Thanks for joining in, Nocturnal Butterfly. Thank you. See you soon. There you go, Kelly. You see now. That's it. And she's just she skates. She's an ice skater. And she's just done an audition
What was it for?
for a TV pro. Was it a TV show, Amy? And they live in the north, Kelly. They live in the northwest. That's where my family are from Cheshire. So I'm a northerner. I know you can't tell from my accent, but I am a northerner. Oh, you took your eyes off the conversation to drink wine. Okay, that's okay. We don't mind that. Yes, I'm hoping that she gets it because she takes after me, you see, in the performance arena. I know you are, Kelly. And it's really weird when I saw your face. When I first saw your face, I thought, I just feel like I know you, but I don't think we do know each other. But you just looked so familiar. So I don't know whether our paths have ever crossed. I don't know, or whether you remind me of somebody else that I've known. I'm not sure. A drama by the producers of Hollyoaks. Ooh, well, that'd be great. She can do a spin, can't you, Amy?
And then jump.
She can do all of those things. Yeah, she's good. So, Sarah, you're half northern. Your mum was born in Nottingham. Okay. There you go, Anna. She can do all of that. She's good. She can do all the fancy things, all the fancy pants.
Angeline Jolie.
Angeline. Yes, that's it. Oh dear. Well, somebody did say I looked like Johnny Depp the other week, so no.
They were blind, though.
They were blind, yes. I don't know. Oh dear, I don't know. So we're 1 hour 30 in, we've got 16 people left. We've frightened the rest off. Oh, dearie me, I don't know. It's all gone to pot now, hasn't it? Well, you're very kind, Carl. Johnny Depp's a good actor. He's a very good actor, I do think. Was. What do you mean was? He's still acting, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's made a few bomb decisions, I think, with certain films that haven't been that good. Well, you know, he's getting old now and he's drunk quite a lot, hasn't he? You know, I love skating. I love skating. Paul used to do the advertising and the PR for the Christmas ice rinks in London, and we used to get a freebie. And occasionally I would do the door for the press night. And of course we'd get a freebie. We'd be able to skate around for the evening, and I'm quite good at skating actually. I can't spin or go backwards, but I can go round in circles until somebody gets in the way or until I crash into the barrier, because I'm not very good at braking. But I can skate quite well. I look youthful. Well, you're a friend for life, Carl. You're a friend for life. Thank you. You're very kind. Well, I think he has. I think he's abused his body, Johnny. I think he has. You know. Like a drunk giraffe. I'd like to see that one day, Kelly. I would. Um, yeah, if you drink a load of booze and
Everything else.
have the party lifestyle too late in life, it kind of, catches up, you know. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that, Kelly. I think that would be good. Okay. I'm a bit wary of doing it these days because I don't want to fall over and break something. You know, that's the thing. The older you get, the more wary you are of breaking a hip and having to have a hip replacement, you know, or banging your knee and destroying it, having to have a new knee. So I'm a bit wary of those kind of things. I think I'd have to wear protection all over my whole body in the form of one of those blow up sumo wrestler suits.
Oh, that would be
Yeah,
funny.
exactly. You don't bounce anymore, Pag. You break, you snap. So, yeah, yeah. Maybe a little light skating one day, just a little, you know, walk around. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? I remember as a child falling over all the time. You're always falling over, but now just the thought of falling over gives me pain. I'm one of those people that when I see somebody fall over, I feel it in my body as like an electric kind of shock, you know. I mean, I can't watch, what's that program? You've been doodahed. What's it called?
Framed.
No, is that it?
You've been framed.
That's it. You've been framed. I can't watch You've Been Framed. It's like a nightmare to me. It's like a horror movie watching people fall over because I just feel every single bang and scrape. Just the thought of it makes my legs tingle. So, oh, yeah. Isabella, hi. Oh, thank you, Isabella. Thanks for watching. You're very kind. You watched us at Q with our Marmite Sarnies. Ah, thank you. Yeah. Well, Kelly, imagine that sharp intake of breath with a sort of electric shock that goes through your muscles. That's what I get. And there is a term for it. And I'm one of those people. Another thing, another thing to think about. I never used to be like that. It's only in later life that I'm like that. And do you feel it, Anna? Do you feel it go through your body? Because I do. And it's kind of like an empathic reaction. Yeah. And it's not very pleasant. It's not very pleasant at all. Um, Hi, sweet editor. You loved the soup video. Well, there's another soup video coming up. That's going to be coming up later this evening. But it is just a recipe. And then tomorrow there's going to be another video, which is of us having our walk this morning, um, which is set to classical music this time. Yeah. So there you go.
What makes it stomach turn? Marmite. All right.
Oh, what makes you, oh, Marmite or people falling over?
Marmite.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Well, there you go, Anna. There's a word for it. And there's actually some people have it and some people don't. I have it. Ugh. But it's only when it's only certain things. I don't kind of get it when I'm
Oh,
watching
people.
a horror movie. No, she loves Marmite, Paul.
I've seen
Um, it's not when I watch a horror movie and people are being stabbed. I don't feel it then. It's when people are falling over in real life and it's a real fall. Um, you know, because I'm quite good. I'm actually quite good with people when they've hurt themselves. I'm a first aider at work, and I'm pretty good at dealing with other people's misfortunes. I had to do it a few times. Um, you know, bandage people and things like that. Doesn't bother me at all. But people falling and banging, that kind of thing, really, really gets me.
buying.
Oh, you going, Amy? You're having your tea now, love. All right, love. Well, Kelly, it's interesting because I'm not really squeamish in real life. I can handle people cutting themselves, people vomiting, people bleeding, other people being ill. I can handle all of that, no problem. I probably should have been a nurse. Um, my own, I'm not so great with. But other people, yeah, I can deal with it. But banging and falling, it's that knocking, that banging, that shudder. That's what gets me. It's that specific. I know sounds a bit strange, doesn't it, really? But I am a bit strange. I've come to terms with that. Hyper empathy. It might be, but it's only with the bangs and the knocks. Funny, strange. Yeah, I mean, I've had to deal with quite a few things at work because I'm a receptionist for social services, and we've had a lot of people come through with issues, people who are ill, um, people who've hurt themselves for various different reasons. And I'm usually the first person that they see. So I'm usually the one that has to deal with it. I'm the one that has to go and clean the public toilet. So I'm kind of okay with those things. Yeah, there you go. So Amy's gone to have a tea, not with dislocations or breaks. I don't like to see it when there's a break with the bone. That's not very nice. But yeah. But you see, I enjoy helping people and I enjoy making people feel comfortable and I enjoy the process that goes with that. So when somebody presents themselves to you and they're in distress and you can help calm them down and make them feel better and reassure them, that's what I enjoy. And there's a disconnect that needs to happen in order for you to do that. You have to disconnect from the ickiness of the situation. If somebody's bleeding or being ill, you have to disconnect from that. Protect yourself, obviously, but you disconnect, and the priority becomes making sure they're okay and dealing with them first. So, that's what I've done. Not all the time, it's an occasional thing, but over the 11 years that I've done the job, I've seen quite a few things. So, and that's okay. That's good. Oh dear, really? Oh, Kelly. Well, I mean, obviously, I've never seen anything that extreme. But I have a sneaking suspicion that I could probably handle it. Um, yeah, I just think I'm probably one of those people that can deal with those things. Um, but again, animals, no, Can't deal with animal tragedies at all. Can't watch wildlife programs. No, because I'd be in tears within seconds. Um, our own animals, obviously, we've had to deal with them ourselves, but no, I find that very distressing. But humans, no, I can deal with that. It's weird, isn't it? We do what we can do. We do what we can do. Yeah, peachy heart. Yeah. I've had a few customers over the years who, you know, been at the end of their lives and still coming in for appointments. And you know, it's extremely sad to see that in somebody that you've known for a while. But you know, you do have to disconnect. You do have to. But I think it also takes, you know, it takes a bit of practice as well. You have to kind of train yourself to understand more about the processes of life and the things that go on in life that, you know, are the things that most people don't want to face on a daily basis. Some of the stories that I hear about people's misfortunes and things that people have had to deal with and put up with in life and face, some of the things that I have to read, you know, you just have to try and put them to one side. You have to try and compartmentalize them in your head and not live with them every second. You know, you put them to one side. You don't have to look at that all the time. So Pag's off. All right, Pag. Take care. Yeah. I think it, yeah. I mean, you know, the work I do is nothing like what people do in a hospice or a nursing or police. It's nowhere near what those people have to do at all. Um, I see a tiny fraction of what those people do. Um, you know, so total respect to anybody who has worked in those professions. Total respect. I deal with the police quite a lot at work, um, you know, and I try my best to be as helpful as possible within the realms of data protection and all of those kind of things, you know. Um, but some people can be really, I don't know, unhelpful with other professions. I'm not one of those. I'm very helpful person to deal with, so I try my best to make things run smoothly, you know. Um, okay. I wouldn't like to relive any of the things I used to do. I was a roller skater um, back in the 70s, and I was really good on roller skates. And I don't think I'd even try now. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I understand that, Kelly. Yeah. Yeah. I couldn't I couldn't deal with that. I mean, in a very small way, it's kind of part of the reason why I have gone part time. Um, as a receptionist for a busy department, um, I'm constantly bombarded with phone calls. And of course, when people are phoning our department, they're not phoning for a jolly holiday just to be nice and say hi. they're phoning because they are not very happy about something, or they've got a problem that really needs to be sorted out. And of course, I'm the first person to get all the vitriol, the stream of the stream of abuse, basically. And I'm saying the same thing to stay in control. I'm having to stick to my own inner script to keep myself balanced, so I'm saying the same thing over and over again. I understand. I'm sure we'll sort this out for you. Blah, blah, blah. Please don't shout at me. I'm trying to help you. Da, 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 da. And, after 11 years of doing that full time, I got to the stage where I thought, I can't do this anymore. It's actually driving me slightly crazy now. Um, I can't cope. So yeah, that's why I went part time. A lot less than your reason, not exposed to the things that the force are exposed to at all. Um, so yeah, I can understand that totally. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, understaffed. Well, I know all about that. Local authority cuts and all of that now, and it's only going to get worse, especially in disabilities. So, okay. It does weigh you down. You do rise above it to a certain degree, but when you're getting home and realizing that you've got to sit in a darkened room for an hour and a half before you can do anything with your evening, to reset yourself and try and put everything to one side, you have busy times, you have quiet times as well. It's not constant all the time. There are peaks and troughs, um, but it's quite stressful. Um, and of course, you don't get, as an admin staff, you don't get the same kind of support as the clinical and social care staff do, even though you hear just as much as everybody else. You don't get the same kind of clinical um, supervision, for example. So, the support just isn't there. There isn't the staff to support each other, you know. Woohoo, Kelly, that's brilliant. Homebird Farm, Georgia. Hello, welcome. Um, you found us via Erica. We love Erica. She's brilliant. Thanks for joining us. Yes, I believe this to be the case, Kelly. I've heard this before. Um, I know a few people in the police and have known a few over the years, especially through the work that I do, because we're, liaising very often. Um, yeah, there's a lot of rolled eyes, let's put it that way, Kelly, a lot of rolled eyes and raised eyebrows and resigned sighs. Yeah, it's difficult, it's so difficult. And the thing that really, really gets to me, um, and apologies for getting um, political, but the thing that really gets to me is the fact that the government in the UK are, well, in England, shall we say, are turning around and saying that we're at the end of austerity, you know. Yeah, Kelly, it's true, isn't it? That's how local authorities look at their staff, really, you know. But it's such a shame. People are very undervalued. But it's only going to get worse because the cuts that are already in place will continue to happen, even though the government is saying that austerity is now over. It's not. It's going to carry on for a good number of, yeah, the debt is huge. The cuts are continuing. The staff will continue to be cut, cut, cut. You know, yeah, well, it's true, Carl. And you know, you're talking to a couple of people who've worked for local government for years, you know, and it's a sad state of affairs, I'm afraid. Really is a sad state of affairs. Well, thanks so much, Homebird Farm Georgia, for joining us. That's great. Well, Kelly, it's a conversation that sometimes has to be had because also I think a lot of people who haven't worked in local authority um, don't really know how it all works, you know. But yeah, I mean, I understand it's a bit of a downer sometimes. Peachy Heart Georgia, enjoy your dinner. You'll catch the video post later. Thank you. Thanks for joining us. I know, Kelly. We shouldn't talk politics. Um, but it's so interesting sometimes, you know, if people can stay calm about it and not clash too much when they disagree, that's the thing. I've lost Facebook friends over my political rants. There we go. Okay, so what time are we at now? 2 hour mark, folks. We're at the 2 hour mark. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. Oh, yeah. Well, you know, just to finish off, Kelly, the borough of Ealing that I work for is I think the third largest borough in London, and it has we have approximately I think 700 known clients to our department, and at one point there were 8 social workers, 8 social workers to deal with over 700 people. And yeah, Carl, dinner tonight is simple tonight. Simplicity is the key. We're going to treat ourselves to scrambled egg on toast with grilled tomatoes. Simple. Oh, you've just said it, Paul. You've beat me to it. I know, Kelly. Crazy, huh? They have grown the team now. It has grown, but it goes up and down, like a yo-yo. Okay, Marie, thank you for joining us. Oh yeah, I've worked with a number of social workers, Kelly, and yeah, they get a lot of respect from me. I work very closely with the team of social workers, and we help each other out. Let's put it that way. I do quite a bit of social work myself, believe it or not, with people who don't qualify for a service. We have to give them some signposting, and that's where I step in. Bye, Marie. Take care. One question, Paul and Richard. If in our lifetimes we get chance to go to another planet, are you staying or going? Good question, Anna, because it would obviously have to be a planet that was, you know, able to sustain human life. We didn't have to wear a bubble on our heads, you know. I don't know. I think we should fix this planet first, really, before we look for another one. But I wouldn't mind going if it was a you know, a super trip, a quick trip, and we didn't have to, you know, spend the whole lifetime on a spaceship because it's going to take so long to get there, you know. So yeah, I wouldn't mind going. You've harvested some potatoes last week. Your first try, it was successful. Well done. Brilliant. Yeah, I'd like us to sort out this planet. Um, the scientists have said we've got chance. We've got a few years left to get it sorted. Do it now, but the governments are dragging their feet. And like I've said before, when the planet's dead and there's no plant life, you can't eat gold and you can't eat money. Really. You've had some tomato plants that have sprouted out of nowhere. There must have been some seeds, Carl. There's nothing like a homegrown tatty. Yeah, volunteer tomatoes. Okay, Sarah, thanks for joining us. Oh, Carl, don't get me started on potatoes. Love, love, love potatoes. We would probably eat potatoes every single day if left up to us in all the different forms. Chipped, mashed, steamed, roasted, baked. We love them all of them. Ah, yeah, maybe. That's true. So we're on 2 hours 6. I think it's probably a record. Is it? No, have we gone longer than this before?
Yeah.
Oh dear. They were gotten to by worms. I wonder why. Does that happen?
Yeah.
Does it?
Wire worm.
Okay, it's a certain type of worm. Cryo sleep. Yeah, that's an option, isn't it? I
But
think
it's not possible.
I think if it was possible, I would only do it if it was the only chance we had, you know? Otherwise, no, I don't think I would. Um, I mean, look, this is such a beautiful planet. There is some crap on this planet, yeah, and we have messed it up in many, many ways, plundering resources and not cleaning up after ourselves properly. Um, but there are parts that are, and quite a lot of parts that are very beautiful. And there are still untouched places, not for much longer probably. But I think we need to sort it out. And I think there needs to be a revolution, and people need to stand up against the governments that are dragging their feet. Problem is, it doesn't seem to do much good because the governments just seem to ignore unless there is a mass demonstration and riots on the streets. It's the only time the government seems to sit up and look at what the people are saying. So, and that isn't in itself ideal because people get hurt, properties get hurt, and it costs money. So, yeah, I don't know. It's difficult, isn't it? It's very, very difficult. Well, it's where the animal has spread the seed in some way, Anna. Like birds spread seed, don't they, in their poop? They poop it out and a plant grows. How lovely. If only we could do that.
Well, you can. It's just not socially acceptable.
Well, no, it isn't. No, it's not really. In some countries it is, but yeah. Well, I like to be quick off the mark. Um, okay, so we've got 14 people. We are going to start winding it up, folks, because I've got a video to put out for you. And we've got to eat, and it's 8:10. We've got to have our scrambled eggs. We haven't eaten anything. We had a biscuit earlier. We had a biscuit around 4 o'clock, didn't we? Had a wafer. Was it a chocolate wafer, Paul? What kind of wafer was that?
Hazelnut.
Hazelnut. We had a hazelnut wafer at 4 o'clock. Um, I know you're hungry. You're hungry, you YouTube fans. You'll find this out, Kelly. Once you start feeding the YouTube fans, they just want more and more. taking every piece of you until you're a dried husk. There you go. I know, I know. But we love it. We love, love, love it. We wouldn't be without it. I think YouTube is fantastic and it's such a good way to connect with people and it's such a good way to show off. If you're a natural, show off. Get on with it on YouTube. And I am a natural show off, even though I am an introvert. If you put me in a room full of people I don't know, I'm the one sat cowering in the corner, not wanting to talk to anybody. That's me. Yeah, it's true. I know, it's crazy. Maybe I am crazy. I don't know. Oh, don't get me started on those coffee beans. They're so expensive, aren't they? Civet coffee.
Civets and muskrats and bats and kangaroo apparently.
What was that? Linda. Hi, Linda.
Linda's from Planet Vegetaria.
Yeah, I am really here, Linda. But you know what? We've been here for 2 hours, 11 minutes, Linda, and I'm about to dry up into a small husk of a person who's had the life sucked out of them by YouTube. We're going to tie up soon, love. I know. Been on the air for 2 hours 11. You don't get a West End show that long. Linda's in Florida. Say hi to Linda, everybody. One of our followers, the lovely Linda. We are going to enjoy our scrambled eggs, Anna. But Linda, love, you're not going to get much time because we're going to say goodbye shortly. We're going to say so long, farewell. Alvida saying goodbye very soon. And, you know, go and eat, drink, and be merry. I'm having my water. I'm going to have, tell you what, we'll do a little deal, Linda. I'll have a water and a vape break before we go, just so you spend a little bit more time with us. And it's free. That's right. It's free. Exactly. You don't get a Broadway show that lasts this long, Linda, or a West End show.
But we've been at some that feel as though they
Well, yeah, we've been to a few that have felt longer than 2 hours 11, I tell you. I'm having a vape break.
Robin and Sherman.
Oh, we have got a Portuguese tart for dessert. Lovely. Anna, you would just die. They're just divine. It's a place in Portobello Road in London. What is it? Lisboa Cafe.
Yeah.
And they do these little custard tarts. Now, that don't think Mr. Kipling. No, it's not like a Mr. Kipling. They are golden brown because they are caramelized and they are filled with the most divine. My mouth is watering just thinking about it. The most divine creamy custard, which has been caramelized on the top. And the pastry is so light and flaky. And they melt in your mouth. And there is nothing like them. Portuguese, what are they called? What's the word for them?
Nappers or something.
I'm not sure what they're called. Carl, saucy. Oh. Oh, all right then, love. We're going now anyway. I'm just having a quick vape, a quick water, just so Linda gets a little flavour of the group and the chat because she came in so late, which is lovely. I'm so glad.
De nata.
Pastillas de nata, they're called. Pastillas de nata. I'm not sure Paul got the pronunciation right on that.
De nata.
Pastillas de nata. They're delicious. If you ever get to have one, you will love them. And like I say, it's not like one of those, you know, awful Mr. Kipling custard tart things. It's nothing like that. And nothing like the English custard tarts either. These are to die for. Come to Florida. We'd love to, Linda. I just have to get a passport.
I'm sure Trump would allow us, isn't it?
Yeah. I've never been to the States, ever. Ever, ever. Paul has, not me.
Fireworks.
There's fireworks going off. We can hear them in the background. Pop, pop, pop. We have a chimney and it's open. And we can hear them popping away outside. It's the fireworks season, Linda. In London, people set fireworks off all the time. The run up to Guy Fawkes night. Yes, I mean, you know, obviously, Linda, I have seen pictures of Florida on TV.
Betty White.
And Betty White.
She does, with that California, she does the advertising for.
Oh, I don't know.
You know, from the Golden Girls.
Yeah, but I don't know what she does advertising for. Paul's saying something about Betty White in Florida or something. I'm not too sure. Anyway, yeah, we'd love to go to Florida one day, Linda. 85 degrees. Oh, blimey, bit hot, love. Bit hot. It's about, what degrees is it here at the moment, Paul?
3.
It's 3 degrees here, Linda. 3 degrees. Oh, it's freezing. It's really cold, actually. And that air is whistling down the chimney. We must put a piece of cardboard there at some point to block it off. I'm sure you can, Anna. I'm sure somebody must do them. There are other places that do them. They're small. They're small tarts. Look them up. You'll see the pictures. They're caramelized. They're brown, golden brown, small tarts, and I'm sure you'll find them. I'm sure you'll find them. Yes, I'd like to go to Canada as well, Carl. We've got friends in Canada, so we could go there at some point. Oh, yeah, Paul sent you. What have you sent, Paul?
Recipe.
For the tarts?
Yeah.
Food recipes, Brun.
It's a link.
Okay. Paul sent you the link, Anna. There we are. Nando's do a nice Portuguese tart. I bet they do, Kelly. I've been to Nando's once.
Have you?
Yes.
When?
When I worked at the BBC.
Really?
Yeah, there was a Nando's in Shepherd's Bush. And then there was a shooting there, so I never went there again. Yeah. Right. Okay, guys. 13 of you. Numbers have gone up again. We're going to say goodbye because we need to eat before we flake out. And it's been great. It's been fantastic. I know, Kelly, we've got to say goodbye, love. It's been really great. And we've had a good old chat and a good old natter. We've enjoyed it, haven't we? So, I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to say cheers to everybody for joining in and being such good participants. and contributors, thank you. I'm going to say thank you also for subscribing to the channel, and make sure that you go through the list of people here who have channels and subscribe to them, because everybody that joins in is lovely. And if they have a channel with content, subscribe and keep in touch. And make sure that you join our group on Facebook, Planet Vegetaria. And the strapline is, we are the vegetarians from Planet Vegetaria. There you go. So visit Planet Vegetaria and join in with the lively, lively conversations and recipes, food ideas that go on there. Yeah, join us, do. Bye, Linda. Well, I'm very pleased. We aim to give people a giggle. That's what we aim for, you know. Let's all have, there's time for serious conversation as well, but let's have a giggle too. Let's make each other laugh. Let's celebrate being alive and enjoying it and being nice to each other and being fun, you know. Have a good weekend, everybody. Again, thank you for joining us. I'm going to end the stream. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to press the button. My finger's going to press the button. I'm going to do it first. I am. Are you ready? I'm saying goodbye. Beam me up, Alexa.
Alexa, beam me up.
Alexa, beam me up.
At warp speed, Captain. The engines will never take it.
Did you hear what she said this time? She said, at warp speed, Captain, the engines will never take it.
But she didn't say it with a Scottish accent.
Well, no, she didn't, because she hasn't got a Scottish accent, Paul. She's good, that Alexa. She's learning. She is learning. I'm going to hang up, Kelly. I'm going to hang up. I'm going to hang up. I'm going to press that button. I'm going to do it first. I'm going. Take care. I'll see you all soon. I will. I promise. I'm going now. Bye. 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 Bye.